With Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 51 now officially in the history books, many fans are now beginning to beg the question as to what Goku's plan is going to be going forward once he ends up training with Merus, as he attempts to once again reactivate the powers of Ultra Instinct, as Goku made it evidently clear that he wants to try to use Merus in figuring out a way how to master a very specific technique. As once more before we begin, if you are new to this channel and have a love and passion for both anime and Dragon Ball, then be sure to go on ahead and punch that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload, as well as if you love Dragon Ball and are excited for the upcoming manga chapter in the future, as well as much more from the Dragon Ball franchise, then be sure to go on ahead and slap a like down below and give this video a big thumbs up, as Goku went along to tell Merus, and I quote, "There's one move of mine that I'm still trying to master. It's all about letting the body move on instinct, so it might work against Moro even when he starts absorbing my energy. I've got a feeling that training with you could get me close to mastering it." As Merus agrees, he went along to tell Goku, "Then that is what we shall do. I am all too happy to assist." With Goku agreeing, we understand that going forward, Goku is going to further try and figure out a way in tapping back into the Ultra Instinct power, but the question is, will Ultra Instinct, the technique in the manga that is, even come close to remotely working against the Eater of Worlds Moro? We've also learned in Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 51 that Moro is getting exponentially more powerful the more he absorbs energy from dying planets, as of course we've seen with Planet Zune, New Planet Namek, and many others. The more energy that Moro begins to consume, the younger he's beginning to get, the more brocky and solid his body is becoming, and on top of having to have alterations to his body, his strength now is far beyond anything that Goku and Vegeta could evidently do against him in a singular battle right now. And with Goku having to use Merus in further mastering Ultra Instinct, the question is, will Ultra Instinct work? Now, there are three hypothetical scenarios I think right now that stand against Moro when including our current heroes. Either scenario number one, Goku somehow uses Merus in unlocking Ultra Instinct again and uses Ultra Instinct to completely defeat Moro. Scenario number two, Goku attempts in using Ultra Instinct but ultimately fails, given the fact that training with Merus simply wasn't enough, or at least good enough, for Goku's body to adapt to Ultra Instinct, and fails, in thus having Vegeta step in and have Vegeta ultimately use his new technique that he used on Planet Yardrat to beat Moro. Or scenario number three, we have a third party get involved, such as the Daikaio, Majin Buu, Merus, or somebody else, in having to further provide aid in having to stop Moro by the end of this arc. Either way, right now it is being hinted that Goku wants to somehow regain the ability and powers of Ultra Instinct and use that against Moro's energy absorption technique, which in the manga, in comparison to the anime, the Ultra Instinct ability is actually a technique rather than a substantial power-up, as we've seen in the animated show. So with Goku having to use this technique against Moro, it could very well work in his favor. However, we don't know what the extent of Moro's powers are going to be by the time Goku and Vegeta clash against him once again, because it was further confirmed by Merus that even right now, days after the initial fight they had with Moro on New Planet Namek, that Moro had gotten significantly more powerful than before, and that even currently right now their powers are simply insignificant when compared to what Moro is capable of now. And by no means are we going to be seeing two Ultra Instincts in the Dragon Ball Super manga, because nowhere has it ever been hinted that Vegeta is himself. It's made clear that Vegeta wants to do his own thing in discovering a technique from the Yardranians that can aid him in this battle against Moro. So the only person here that could use Ultra Instinct to his advantage is Goku. Now Merus doesn't have Ultra Instinct, at least to our knowledge right now, and I'm fairly certain that Merus probably doesn't even know about Ultra Instinct to begin with, so he could have precognition, he could be simply really fast, like perhaps maybe hit or Dispo in utilizing somewhat of an ability that makes him really hard to hit, but by no means do we have an Ultra Instinct Merus in this scenario, so again, the only rational person to even gain Ultra Instinct would be Goku. But even then, if we did see Goku throw down with Moro, I don't see Goku beating Moro on his own by using Ultra Instinct, because I would have to say that Vegeta would play a very big role in having to aid Goku in that fight, because whether that be Goku getting the victory or Vegeta getting the victory, either way, one half versus Moro, I do think that Vegeta's technique will come in handy in further assisting Goku in getting that victory. If by some chance it's Vegeta who's going to get the W against Moro, then I do feel as if Goku's Ultra Instinct is only going to further aid Vegeta's technique in finally putting Moro down for the count. But even then, it's very weird if Ultra Instinct does come back, and the fact that we've seen it be applied differently in the manga. In the anime, the host or the user has to take substantial amount of damage, at least physical damage, for them to tap into this power, whereas in the manga, we understand that it's used in the form of a technique. So if Moro squares off against Goku, it's going to make Goku quite hard to catch, especially if Moro's attempting to steal his power while Goku's body's reacting on its own, constantly moving out of the way and dodging essentially everything that Moro throws at Goku, even if he goes as far as to steal his energy. As of course Goku had told Merus that maybe Ultra Instinct could be the key to further escaping Moro's grasp and getting away from his energy absorbing technique. But even then, it's still not guaranteed that Goku is going to go as far as to master Ultra Instinct, especially in this manga. So in a very similar case to how he fought Jiren, Goku could essentially have the upper hand against Moro and catch him off guard by having to evade every single thing that he does against him, but by the end, the Ultra Instinct ability could simply crash and burn, leaving Goku in the dust even after gaining the upper hand on Moro, which is why everyone else, including the Daikaio, Majin Buu, Vegeta, Merus, and everyone else is going to have to play a key role in being there for Goku, especially if Ultra Instinct can't finish the job. It's not about getting the job done, because Ultra Instinct in this case could essentially get the job done, but it's all about execution. If Goku can't sustain that technique, or at least in the manga, for that long, and in some way, shape, or form he ends up losing it just like he lost it against Jiren, then essentially Moro can just gather more energy, get even stronger, and then finish off Goku right on the spot. As weirdly enough, we covered the premise of Ultra Instinct Goku versus Moro on the channel before in 2 separate videos, in this having to be the part 3 special to Ultra Instinct versus Moro. Especially when looking at it now, it would appear that Moro, since he's gathering more energy, seems to be getting a lot stronger, and being that an entire week has passed, we still don't know as to how many planets have fallen due to Moro having to drain it of its energy and getting even stronger as an end result. It's safe to say at this point that something more outside of Super Saiyan Blue is needed, and although they have not used the current concept of perfected Super Saiyan Blue in the Dragon Ball Super manga right now against Moro, or even went as far as to use Super Saiyan Blue evolution just as we've seen Vegeta use it against Jiren, it would be safe to say that you still need a power that far even exceeds that to combat someone who's seemingly draining so much power and getting so strong that even at your highest, while being at your strongest, you're still not essentially able to do anything, being that you're still at a disadvantage, being that you're at your peak. So, as many people have suggested adding in Beerus, or perhaps the concept of fusion, it would appear that neither of those concepts are going to be added. So if Goku does end up using Merus to further sharpen his dodging skills, it's more than safe to say that Goku is going to tap back into this at some given point, probably at will. But the better question is, can Goku maintain that ability in time to get the job done? Even if he ends up beating Moro around, it's not guaranteed that Goku's going to follow through by holding Ultra Instinct until the very end. And as confusing as it is, many people are beginning to ask why Merus, especially if this is the same Goku that was fast enough and cognitively aware of how Dispo was moving during the Tournament of Power. This is the same Goku that was able to break through, hit time skip during the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, and everything he's been through in the prior arcs, only to encounter Merus now, and physically being unable to touch him does raise a lot of suspicions. However, if there's anybody who can help Goku, essentially at this point it is Merus. Of course, if you guys date back to the beginning of this arc, Vegeta had a huge suspicion about Merus, even on the Galactic Patrol ship, and further having to even acknowledge Merus and letting him know there's something about him that he's not revealing. So there could be an ability, there could be a technique that Merus has that he's willing to share with Goku, but I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below about the concept of Ultra Instinct having to be used in the manga. Are you guys for it? Are you guys against it? Do you think that Ultra Instinct is going to get the job done, or is Goku going to use Ultra Instinct? Once more, if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to go ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload. Give this video a big fat like by slapping that like button down below. If you guys have missed out my Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 51 review, then be sure to go ahead and check it out on my channel down below. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys down the comment section below, because at this point anything is possible, as I don't think that we're even coming close towards the end of this arc, but at some given point we are going to see a massive battle involving Moro, Goku, the Daikaioshin, Majin Buu, Vegeta, Merus, even his own army get involved. But until then, everything is leading up until that point. So is Goku going to somehow be able to cognitively tap into Ultra Instinct? We're gonna have to wait and find out. But again, thank you all so much for your time, and I'll be seeing you all down the comment section below. Have a great day, guys. Peace.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be
The fuck's up, on? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Frieza.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!